Excited for this one. That's for sure.
We are quite confident this is the first time that something exactly like this has happened, where 5 different CRMs are all together, represented on the same session, to help all of you answer one of the most important questions to your business. What CRM should I use?
Yeah, and this is actually a great question, and the questions are flying through. Ori asked, who's running this? Do you rep one of the CRMs? And hopefully you should see on the screen that my name is Steve. This is Ethan right here. We're with BombBomb, and we are actually the ones that are hosting this webinar. We are a neutral party. We're like Switzerland because we have integrations with each one of these CRM partners, but we're not directly affiliated with each partner. And so we just thought this would be a great idea to get everyone together and share the differences and the advantages that each CRM offers. So yeah, hopefully we're a neutral party and we stay a neutral party throughout the entire webinar. That's our goal. So it looks like we have a lot of people on here. Hundreds are already in attendance, and I have 1 o'clock Eastern.
So do I.
So we have a lot of content to go through. So we might as well kick this off and introduce everybody here quickly. My name is Steve Pacinelli. I have Ethan Beute here. As mentioned, we're both with BombBomb. We are the neutral parties in the battle of the real estate CRMs. We're going to be your hosts here for today, and we are so excited to bring you the battle of the CRMs with our 5 partners. Rich Gaasenbeek from IXACT Contact.
Hi, everyone.
We have Dale Warner from Realvolve.
Hello.
Brandon Wise from Wise Agent.
Hey, guys.
Dan Corkill from Follow Up Boss.
Hey, guys.
And Zvi Ban from Contactually.
Hey, everyone.
So those are our participants here today. We're going to be hearing from all 5 of them throughout the entire webinar. We set up this webinar because it's the most commonly asked question that people see online. Which CRM should I use? And it's one of the most important things that you can do for your business. The quality, the strength of your database and your ability to manage the people in your database is one of the biggest determining factors of your success in real estate. So we thought this would be an extremely important webinar to put on for everyone, and we're excited to bring it here to you. Now, before we kick this off, I want to get started with a poll. A little poll question, because I want to know, starting in the beginning of the webinar, who are you guys most excited to hear from today? And so this poll should come up briefly here, and you should be able to see it, hopefully.
It's spinning.
I'm getting the spinning wheel of death, which can sometimes happen. Hopefully it doesn't crash my computer. You know what? We're going to close some of these other windows down.
We got it.
There it is.
Okay, good. Good. It's still not showing on my screen, but oh, now it is. It's just a little bit behind. A little bit behind. So you guys should be able to see the poll right now. We're getting close to 500 people on the webinar, which is exciting. And we'll let you guys vote on this. And we'll give you guys just a few seconds for the questions or the answers to come through. Now that we already introduced some of the panelists here, I just want to give you a quick lay of the land and how this webinar is going to progress. We kind of went over the rules of engagement already, so you guys have that information. The questions. We have a series of questions that we're going to ask each one of the panelists. Some of the questions are going to be asked to everyone. Some of the questions are just going to be asked to a few of the panelists, but here's something that we're going to stick to throughout the webinar. Strict 1-minute answers. We have a little timer. Ethan's over here on the side. He's going to be holding up the timer, and we're going to stick to 1-minute answers to keep the questions moving, to keep the answers moving, and to keep the webinar progressing. Also, you guys are going to be seeing a live demo. After we get through the questions and you guys hear about the pricing and the offers from each one of the webinar participants, after that initial 60 minutes, we're actually going to do a live demo of each product. Now, as people are asking questions throughout the webinar, we have screenshots we're going to share with you. But after that 60 minutes, we're going to do a live demo, and we're also going to be able to do Q&A then. So as you're typing in questions throughout the webinar, just know we're gathering that information, and we're going to use that after the initial 60 minutes, and we'll probably stay on for 90 minutes or so. Maybe, you never know. Maybe even longer.
Correct. And if you can't stick around for the whole thing, the most common question on any webinar is, will this be recorded? The answer is yes, it's being recorded now. And so if you can't stick around for the entirety of the Q&A, let's say, we'll send everything to you here within the next 48 hours or so.
Awesome. So let's kick this off because we're already a minute behind.
Oh, I want to kill that poll.
Oh yeah, let's end the poll here as well. And if you jot that down, Ethan.
Oh, yep.
Okay, so the poll should be removed. Let's kick this off here with the very first question. Strengths. Knowing selling software for the past 20 years, I know that a lot of the customers that bought the software programs I was selling, a lot of them made their money back from one feature within the application or with the software. I want to go down through the line right here, and I want to ask everybody, what's the one killer feature that your application has that can make someone's money back instantaneously if they execute? So let's start off with Zvi from Contactually.
So I'd say it's really the core. Wake up in the morning and getting a push notification of the 5 or so people that you should be following up with without really having to set reminders. And our focus isn't just telling you who to talk to, but we'll show you what they're talking about on social media, give you an email template to use, show you last conversations. That alone is really why we see people grow their GCI with Contactually.
Awesome. Next, let's go to Dale from Realvolve.
Yeah, the thing that people come to Realvolve for is our workflow platform. So, of course, you can manage contacts and your relationships, but we have a really powerful workflow program built on templates. Everything's templated out. Everything's based on milestone dates specific to the real estate industry. So it's built for residential real estate workflows, whether it's lead conversion, working through transactions, or staying in touch with past clients. There are preset things. You kind of create them one time, and then you can use them over and over and over again on every deal, on every lead.
Awesome. Brandon from Wise Agent.
All right. Well, Wise Agent base price is only $27 a month. So we hear our features talked about like that all the time, anything from our transaction manager to our call list saying, hey, this alone is worth the price of the program. But when you're looking at the forums and actually listening to the realtors, when we hear it most often, they're talking about our newsletter. Every month we write a nice 2-page newsletter completely done for our members. It adds on their picture and their logo. We do it in English, Spanish, and a Canadian version for our Canadian users, and just make it easy for them to send out. And I think the reason they get such a return on it is the consistency factor. It's done for them, so even on those months when they're super busy and don't have time to do anything else, they still get that newsletter out, and over again, it results in that business for our members.
Awesome, Brandon. Thank you. Dan from Follow Up Boss.
Yeah, so what most of our clients like is Follow Up Boss puts all your leads into one place. So we're kind of like the Switzerland for your lead generation. You don't need to juggle all your different back-end logins. And because we put it all in one place, then you can stop losing track of leads, juggling different logins, and do all your follow-up from one system. Just makes things a lot more efficient. All
right, and last but not least, Rich from IXACT Contact.
Thanks, Steve. So I actually kind of agree with both Zvi and Brandon. I would say that for most CRMs, including IXACT Contact, just the ability to easily put people into buckets and get automated keep in touch call reminders, that alone should pay for the system, any of our systems, many times over. Like Wise Agent, another feature that we have, which again produces a payback of many times, is our monthly newsletter. It's fully mobile responsive. It's fully automated, goes out with the agent's branding. We write fresh content every month. And, people just tell us, I hear like almost daily, agents will tell us that it's so helpful to them for just keeping in touch with past clients and important referral sources and staying top of mind. So the newsletter alone, we have actually, I know a good chunk of our base, that's kind of the primary thing where they get their ROI. We even have some clients who sign up just for the agent website that's part of our solution. Even though we position it kind of as a gift with purchase, we have people who are getting a great ROI just from the website.
Yeah, I see a question coming through, but help to know which company is speaking. I'll be sure to mention each company name, but we do have a bunch of slides we're going to be diving into, so you should be able to see that in the slide as well. But thank you guys for participating there. So now that we went over the strength of each product, again, from being in the real estate technology industry for so long and selling products for so long, I could tell you everything that we need to improve on from every company I've ever worked for, but that never gets discussed in a public forum. So we want to go directly with the 1-2 punch here. What's your strength? but also, what's your weakness? What are you guys planning on working on? What do you need to improve within your CRM application? And let's just go in reverse order here. Rich, why don't you start with this one? And Rich from Exact Contact, why don't you start with this one?
Okay. So I would say that our biggest weakness right now, quite frankly, is integrations. Our approach since we launched Exact Contact was to provide a single, easy to use, well-supported system that would really be a great CRM and end-to-end sort of marketing solution at a reasonable cost. But tech is moving so fast these days that we kind of made a strategic decision about last year that we really need to up our integration game. And I know that there's a whole question on integrations later, so I'm going to hold the details for that. But instead, what I'll do is I'll give you a bonus weakness. You're not going to hear that very often. And that's our user interface. It's another area that we're working on. Although our current interface is it's extremely user-friendly and intuitive, it's a little dated, and it's not as sort of adaptive to different screen sizes as we'd like. So we're working on, right as we speak, a brand new interface that we expect to launch before the end of the year. We think it's going to be amazing. It'll have state-of-the-art look and feel and adaptiveness. At Inman Connect last week, had a chance to show it to a number of folks there, and they were just wowed. So we're hoping that's going to be a big step forward for us.
I just need to mention really quick, Rich. It's pretty awesome that we had to cut you off for an answer too long for your weaknesses. I always said if you don't know what you need to improve, you shouldn't be in your position. So bravo to that. Let's go to Dan from Follow Up Boss. Biggest weakness.
Yeah, for us, it's, I would say, print mail. So we don't really have any kind of letter printing or label printing in our CRM. We're focused a bit more on the online lead conversion side of it. So what we're doing to fix that is we've made it easy to export like specific segments, like your past client list from Follow Up Boss. So you can do like a mail merge in other systems. And probably before the end of the year, we'd like to get some like easy way to generate labels in there for, when people do want to send out Christmas cards and stuff like that.
Great. Brandon from Wise Agent.
All right. Our biggest weakness, I'd have to say, is internal. We've been in business for 15 years and been very fortunate every year to have seen growth year over year, almost exclusively from word of mouth. So we kind of just depended on that and really focused on building the best CRM, listening to our members and taking their feedback and taking good care of them. So with that, we've never really marketed Wise Agents. So you can go into pretty much any real estate office in the country and mention our name, and you're going to find realtors that have never heard of us. So I'd have to say our biggest weakness is that we're just tired of being the best kept secret in the industry. And what are we going to do about it? We're getting ready to start shouting our name off from every rooftop.
Nice, Brandon. Dale from Realvolve.
Yeah, the feedback we hear probably most often is that it takes a little bit longer than people would like to get set up with our system, because we have some very robust workflow features and functionality that it really saves a lot of time after you get them set up. But some people say, you know what, we really love you guys. We just wish it was a little bit easier to get started. I'm not really afraid of that because we do have a lot of resources to help people get started, and we've got developers dedicated to improving the UI and improving setup, improving wizards and things like that. So we're always working on getting better in that regard. But we have self-guided training. We have one-on-one training available. We have chat. We've got walkthroughs. We have tool tips that pop up on your screen and show you how to do everything step by step. So there's really a lot of resources for that. And at the end of the day, when people just really get stuck, if anyone says, look, I don't want to do this, I don't have time for it, we always jump in and help them out. We want to get people in and using it as quickly as possible. That's our number one goal.
Great. And before we go to Svi for the same question, I just want to let everyone know that all the questions that you're typing in, we do have a series of panelists on who are responding to those. So you should get text-based responses. And then, as mentioned, we're going to pull the themes out of those questions and do that Q&A at the end. So Svi, last but not least again.
Yeah, so I'd say the one area we're really focusing on improving is reporting. So we have really good reporting right now. I think you can track email templates which perform better. You can see what's happening across your team. But when we're working with teams and brokerages, especially, like we know that there's still a lot more that we hear in terms of needing to build out on the reporting side. So we're actually investing heavily over the next 2 quarters on improving our reporting and insights capabilities.
Great. Well, thank you, everybody. I appreciate everybody also being so willing to answer those 2 questions. We want to do something a little bit different here in the webinar, so hopefully you weren't caught off guard there. Since we didn't do formal introductions and we kind of hit hard and we just kicked it off right off the bat, I'd like to take just 45 seconds or a minute for each person to do a formal introduction of themselves, their company, where they are. So why don't we start with, we'll switch up the order here a bit. Why don't we start with Dan from Follow Up Boss?
Sure, thanks, Steve. Hey, I'm Dan from Follow Up Boss. I'm Australian, currently living in Austin, Texas. And basically, Follow Up Boss is a sales CRM for real estate teams. Our goal is really to help teams follow up faster, more often, and with the leads most likely to convert. And ultimately, we're working to help make our clients' businesses more profitable.
Awesome. And if you're on this webinar and you thought it was going to be the same screenshot the entire time throughout the webinar, so you turned the screen off and you're just listening, come back, because we are switching the screens now and you will be able to get more detailed information about each provider. So who should we go to next, Ethan?
Brandon, what do you got?
All right. As you said, my name is Brandon Wise. I'm the CEO and founder of Wise Agent. We're based out of Fountain Hills, Arizona. And we built Wise Agent to help realtors like you guys become pros, save more time, and make more money by automating and systemizing your entire business, from your lead management and appointment setting to your transaction management and all your marketing tools. And then we back it up with the best customer support in the entire industry. So I'd just like to invite everyone to come on over, try it out free for 30 days, and see what a true CRM experience should feel like. And for those of you that have tried us maybe 10 years ago or 5 years ago or even a year ago, I'll tell you what, it's a whole different program today than it was even a year ago. So for you, I'd like to invite you guys to come on over and compare it head to head with what you're currently using. I think you're going to be pretty surprised.
Cool. Thanks, Brandon. Dale, what do you have?
From Realvolve.
Realvolve is located in Denver, Colorado. We have a few different offices around the country, but our headquarters is in Denver, Colorado. The company's kind of made up of people from around the industry. Several people on our leadership team were working as real estate agents for decades. Mark Stepp, our Chief Innovation Officer, ran a different CRM for 20 plus years. And really, we've just come together to try to build something that works, that actually works, that people will actually use, and really helps them save time throughout their entire day. So we love CRM. We're passionate about CRM. We believe every real estate agent should be using a CRM, if not ours, at least a CRM.
Cool. Zvi.
From Contactually.
Hey everyone, I'm Zvi Band. I'm the CEO of Contactually. We're based in the far, far away land of Washington, D.C. And so our mission is we believe the best businesses in the world are built upon personal and authentic relationships with their clients and partners. And so if you jump to slide 3, so our relationship marketing platform automatically tracks all of your emails, meetings, phone calls, text messages, Zillow leads, and more. And if you jump to slide 2, we really focus on helping you identify which relationships you want to maintain touch with and help you never let them slip through the cracks. That's why we see the best agents, teams, and brokerages are really using Contactually to stay in touch with their sphere. And we're really proud to say that the average agent who uses Contactually will see their GCI grow by an average of 42% just in a year.
Very good. Rich from IXACT Contact.
Hi, I'm Rich. I'm one of the co-founders of IXACT Contact and head of sales and marketing. We're located in Toronto, Canada. Our clientele is about 75% American, 25% Canadian. And IXACT Contact really is a single integrated CRM, email marketing, and agent website solution that gives you all the tools you need to manage your contacts data, your keep in touch communications, your listings and active business, and your online presence, all with a single easy to use platform at a single low price. And with our concierge setup service, you're up and running in no time at all. We go way beyond just uploading your data. will basically help you, even though you're in your free trial, there's no contract, we help you get everything set up and going that you're looking to take advantage of. Probably best of all, with our unique sort of set it and forget it automation, your CRM is working for you rather than you working for it. And it's almost like having your own virtual assistant. So you save time with Exact Contact, you're better organized, you do a better job keeping in touch with people, and you build a referrals and repeat-based business.
Awesome. Well, good job, everyone. And I don't think I said this in the beginning, but I just want to thank all the panelists that are on the call here today. You know, it's pretty scary to go head-to-head on a webinar against all of your competitors and where you see everybody at the same time. And so just bravo to every single person that was brave enough to decide to come on here, and kudos to everyone on here as well. So we're going to jump into the next round for the webinar.
We're almost on time right now.
We are almost on, which is amazing. So we're going to jump into the core content. The questions we asked so far went to everyone on the list. We are going to ask one more question here in the beginning that goes to everyone, but we're going to do some quick fire questions here where we're only going to ask a few of the companies based off of some of the questions and the feedback that we're getting there. And so we keep the pace moving a little bit faster throughout the webinar. So first, one more question for everyone before we get to the quick fire section here. Your ideal customer. You know, there's so many different features. There's frankly a lot of CRMs out there in general. And you usually have a target customer, a target persona that really thrives when they use your system. And so I'd like to know about everyone's ideal customer, and who do you serve the best? Why don't we, because we ended with Rich, let's start with Rich this time.
Okay.
It's interesting. I'd love to say, oh, yes, we have this narrow niche persona, but we actually don't. Exact Contact is a broad-based CRM that works well for virtually any agent or team that wants to do a better job of managing their contact data, keeping in touch, staying top of mind, and building a referrals-based business. So the system's comprehensive enough that it works well with savvy industry veterans. It's also a great fit for rookies for a couple of reasons. One is it's just so extraordinarily easy to learn and to use on a day-to-day basis. But also, we have a special offer for rookies. We give rookies 6 months free. That's the entire system. Last comment I would make, I guess, is that we're also a great fit for brokers who are looking to select and promote a strategic CRM partner right across their brokerage. We can customize Exact Contact, customize the content to their needs, integrate within their agent portal with SSO, and provide some pretty dramatic volume-based cost savings or site license cost savings. And lastly, Exact Recruiter, which is our recruiting version of Exact Contact, is a pretty cool feature for those folks also.
Awesome. It's getting hard to keep track of orders here.
I want to just go back and forth.
Let's just go back. Dale, yeah, we're just going to run it back and forth now.
Yeah. Realvolve's ideal customer is somebody who's really looking to kind of automate the things that you have to do in your day-to-day so that you can spend more time focusing on the people. I think, all CRMs are about relationships. That's customer relationship management. And every CRM has different strengths and different weaknesses. Our ideal customers are looking for smarter automation that involves assigning things at the right times. So teams, small to medium to large size teams really love us because it really helps to streamline the intercommunication that goes on when you're working through leads or deals. Most teams, there are multiple people involved in every step of the relationship with a client, whether they're a new client or an existing client or a past client. And so Realvolve's ideal customer is looking to coordinate better amongst the team and amongst their customers at the right time. So it's the really smart automation that schedules things to go out when it's supposed to go out, rather than just kind of bulk scheduling everything and putting it in a list for you.
All right, Brandon Wise from Wise Agent.
Yes, jokingly, I'd have to say the picky ones. They seem to find us and come to us frustrated, and then of course, they stick with us because we do go so deep. But really today, if I had to pick one ideal customer, it would be teams. Of course, we built Wise Agent for this single agent, and so it's still the best CRM out there for them. But as far as teams, they just seem to be flocking to us right now. And it's because of our awesome team functions. Really, no matter how a team is structured, we have a solution for them. And I think we're going to go into that a little later as well.
Great. Dan from Follow Up Boss.
Yeah, the customers that we serve best at Follow Up Boss, it's really teams, I think, between like 3 to 10 agents that are really good at what they do. They're investing in online lead generation, and they're really looking to solve the problem of leads and opportunities slipping through the cracks because they don't have like systems in place to always follow up. And just maybe they want a bit more accountability for their team and to see everything that's going on and collaborate a bit better as well.
Great. And finally, Svi?
Absolutely. So Contactually really focuses on serving the agents and teams that get their best business from their sphere of influence. Referrals and past clients are critical to them. Even with new leads, they know that they have to nurture a long-standing relationship. Now, of course, we have the workflow automation and the mass messaging tools and things like that, but really it's all about, am I in touch with the people that are most important to my business? Beyond teams and agents, we also serve brokerages that we all look up to, really tech-forward brokerages that know that if they deploy CRM software in the right way, that can, of course, lift the tide for everyone.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. So now we're going to get to the quick fire round. We're not going to ask these questions to everyone. We're going to try to fit it in with each one of your personalities. And let's start with a philosophy question. By the way, it's really difficult to be neutral and to not say anything. You guys are, you're giving answers and they're all really good, but like, I want to be like, oh, that's a great point, but neutral. Neutral.
It's okay, Steve. Say all the nice things that you wanted to say about me. Go.
So philosophy. What's the role of CRM in a real estate business? I want to start with let's start with Dale, and then let's go to Dan for this question.
Yeah, the role of a CRM in a real estate business. I am extremely biased, but I was biased toward real estate CRMs before I started working with Realvolve. I actually worked with Steve and Ethan over at BombBomb before joining Realvolve, and they called me Dale's Force affectionately because of my involvement in the Salesforce CRM setup at BombBomb. And really, all businesses should be built off of a CRM. I can't think of a single business in the world that wouldn't benefit from being built off of a CRM. And the reason is because if you have a goal, something that you're wanting to achieve, there's always a better way than just winging it. And look, some people say, I want to improve my health. I'm going to go on a diet. And maybe don't even have a system or didn't really set any hard rules. And a lot of people are able to follow through on a health plan, follow through by going to the gym. But the rest of us quickly revert back to our old habits. And we know that our behavior doesn't always match our best intentions. So rather than saying, I'm going to go to the gym and skipping leg day, it's way better to have a system and a process planned out. Whether that's, simple follow-ups, something just to remind you to follow up with your clients, a repository of information, which is kind of like a dumb spreadsheet for all of your customer information to sit, or if you want something really robust that's going to kind of work alongside you. All of that, it can work for a real estate agent, but it's essential to have a CRM or you're just not performing as well as you could. And people that say, I perform really well without one. It's okay. I was just going to, the final thought was people that say that they're doing fine without a CRM are just kidding themselves.
All right, Dan.
Yeah, sure. So we built Follow Up Boss. Basically, we're talking to a lot of real estate agents and brokers that were telling us they were staying up at night, like forwarding leads out manually to their to their team. And basically, we just realized there was a much better way to do it. We could automate a lot of that process. And we realized I was spending thousands of dollars a month on online leads. And, we just realized that we could help them get a better ROI on that and track better the leads coming back to them. So I think it depends a little bit what role it's going to play on the personal goals of each business owner. Like, what do you want to achieve in your real estate business? But for us, we're really there to help you grow your sales.
Thank you, Dan. I think this next one's a big question because I see it coming up every time I look up. We're looking at questions up there. It's coming up again and again, and it's ease of use and getting started. And so let's start with Rich on this one. How or why is your CRM easy to use?
Ease of use has been central to the IXACT Contact story from day one. The system's easy to use because the navigation is simple and intuitive. In other CRMs, particularly some of the legacy ones, you can get lost. You can get 6 or 7 layers deep with pop-ups and tabs opening, and you're not sure where you are, or how you got there, or how to get out. And Exact Contact just isn't like that. One big contributor to the ease of use of the system is actually the automation that pervades the entire system. The only thing better than a task that's easy to do is a task that's done for you, right? That's the approach that we're taking to lead capture and nurturing, automated calendar and task reminders, and of course our done for you kind of automated monthly newsletter. The last comment would be, although the system is intuitive and easy to use, it's still a pretty comprehensive software application. It's still software. So, there are times when agents have questions and they need help, and that's where our unlimited phone support and concierge setup service come in to make us kind of the easy CRM, right? So my mantra to clients is, I never want to see you struggle. If you're having trouble with something, you're not sure what to do, don't get frustrated. Just give us a call. We'll help you out. That's what we're here to do. And I never want to see people get frustrated.
Great. Zvi from Contactually.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can pull up slide 2. So at Contactually, we know the best CRM is the one you use. And that's what we've really invested in from the beginning. If you look at our product demo, it's a clean, simple interface that hides all the crazy complexity we have going on the back end. Like, you don't need to know how our signature scraper works. What matters is, when an email comes in, we pull the phone number out and add it to your profile, for example. If you jump to slide 4, the contact database is easy to filter through. We've even gone so far as to build game mechanics into it. And we score your relationships for you automatically. Yes, we even built an arcade game called the Bucky game directly into Contactually. And really everything we do is built around, will someone actually use this and will this benefit their business? And so you'll kind of see that everything Contactually is built around, is this going to be easy for them to figure out and discover by themselves?
Awesome.
Awesome. I was going to move on, but let's just do one more here. Brandon from Wise Agent.
All right. Well, of course, everyone's going to say the CRM is easy to use, but we've actually been in business for 15 years, listening to realtors that were using it and then refining based on their suggestions. So you can, a scenario, let's say you're running out the door to do an open house and you realize you don't have any sign-in sheets. Can you jump on just any other CRM and in 2 minutes go to the landing page section, create a landing page that can be used as a digital sign-in sheet for your open house, and then take another 2 minutes to go on to the lead handler and set it up so that every person that comes to that open house today is automatically going to be added to your CRM, put on a marketing program, and most importantly, they're going to get an automatic BombBomb video back thanking them for coming through that open house today. We did all that in less than 5 minutes on our way out to the open house. If we do need help, we've got an amazing customer support team always standing by to walk our members through anything they need, and then we also back it up with a nice tutorial video online help section.
Butter me up, mentioning BombBomb. Let's go to a new question. What's the most important thing to think about when choosing a new CRM? And let's go with Rich again.
Okay. The right CRM is a very individual decision. Every CRM company on this webinar has its own unique strengths and weaknesses and is the right fit for some agents, but not others. I feel that ease of use and outstanding support will always be critical factors. But also, so today is really the breadth and depth of automation and also quality marketing content. I think in the past, CRMs really were just software, but increasingly CRMs are also providing quality content. In our case, it comes through, obviously the lead nurture campaigns, the automated lead nurture campaigns, but also our monthly newsletter, the blog content that we provide in our agent website. Well, the website itself comes with 16 pages of content. So ease of use, support, kind of the traditional metrics. The new ones really to me are automation and content. Does your CRM give you some content value as well?
Let's do one more bonus one. Dale, what's the most important thing to think about when someone's trying to select a CRM product?
Well, I'm a big Stephen R. Covey fan, and my advice to anybody searching for a CRM is to begin with the end in mind. really, we should all have one or two things that we're working on in our business right now. What are the one or two most important things you want to accomplish in your business, and which of the tools out there is going to really help you focus on those things? You know, like I said earlier, one of our strengths is that workflow platform that we have. Everything's kind of based on a template. You know, all of our platforms are built on relationships, but really thinking through which relationships are you focused on? Is it bringing new leads into into your business, or is it really nurturing the past client relationships that you have? If we really look at real estate statistics, lead conversion rates are not very high. There's a lot of uncertainty there. There's different lead sources. A lot of real estate agents don't quite understand which lead source is best for them, and so they're left just trying things out. The one thing we do know is that past clients and past client follow-up pays off. That's why we focus really heavily there. So really think about the one or two things you need to work on and start there. Begin with the end in mind.
Let's go to mobile. Mobile's huge. Agents are mobile. They do a lot of their business off their mobile device. Svi, what's your approach to the mobile agent? How are you serving agents on their phones?
Absolutely. So if you jump into slide 2, so Contactually, we know how often agents find themselves out of the office. We really understand they need quick access to their contacts, ability to add new relationships, type up notes, etc. So we're really proud that we have iPhone, iPad, Android applications that do all that. I think we actually go further than that, further than just allowing you to look up contacts and type up notes. You know, we automatically track phone calls and text messages made from your phone. We'll pull your phone contacts in your private database and really make sure that you get that Contactually experience, get that relationship building experience wherever you are. And it's really seamless. You know, you see the same list of follow-ups and the same list of actions when you're at your desk, and then you can be at a coffee shop and see the exact same list of things that you need to do that day.
Brandon, you take a different approach to mobile. Why don't you explain your approach to mobile?
Yeah, so we have a mobile web app, and that includes everything from the contacts, calendar, task, and of course your call list. Our call list is by far the #1 feature used on our app, and I'd say the one thing that's missing from our app right now would be the transaction manager. However, our entire site has been made to be responsive, so they can really use anything from any mobile device. Right on the mobile app, there's a button that says, "Hey, take me to the full site," and from there they can get to any piece they can't do from our main task on the mobile.
Great. Thank you, Brandon. Let's switch up. Let's do a question for everyone again, because this is a big one, because there are so many different tools and systems out there for agents to use, and chances are they're using 10 different tools or systems to help them with their business. So let's talk about integrations here for a moment. I want to start with Dan Corkill from Follow Up Boss. Dan, what other systems or tools does Follow Up Boss work with? Is this a strength of yours?
Yeah, absolutely. Could you take a look at slide 2 and 5 as well after that, Steve?
Absolutely, I can.
Yeah, one of the real benefits of Follow Up Boss is we're probably, if not the best, one of the best at having all your lead providers in one place. So we have 100+ different lead providers where we'll email parse into the system. And the reason we do that is because a lot of lead providers still don't have APIs. We have a 2-way email sync with Google and Google Calendar. So your email and your calendar is very tightly integrated. We've obviously got a BombBomb integration. We just launched a .loop integration. We've got MailChimp, Happy Grasshopper. And if you switch to slide 5 there, Steve, we're basically IDX integrated with several different companies. We have an open API, so anyone can build on top of our API. Curator, Ylopo, Sierra are some of the ones with the best integrations. And basically this lets you see in Follow Up Boss when people are viewing properties on your website, saving properties, so you can really see the hottest leads to then go and follow up with.
Great. Let's go to Dale from Realvolve.
Sure. Yeah. So we have the main integrations that we have are really BombBomb is probably our most popular integration. We have people asking about that all the time. No joke. And then we integrate with any lead source that you're using in the real estate industry. We can have those feeding in automatically, and we can trigger automations on those automatically. It could be different automations for each different lead source, depending on what you're looking to do. We also round robin and create kind of assignment rules automatically for lead responses if you're working on a team. The main thing we do is really syncing contacts with Google, and calendar with Google, tasks with Google. We do a two-way sync with that, emails coming from Google. And then we integrate with Zapier. So we have a direct integration with Evernote, but there are additional things you can do with Evernote through Zapier. It's a third-party integrator. There's things you can do with Slack and Facebook pages. And there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different things you can do with our CRM using Zapier.
Great.
Awesome. And while we're on integrations, for all the people that are super dialed into integrations, and this is an important question to you, Dale just mentioned Zapier. It's a middleware that BombBomb is written into. I would guess most of you all are in there, and literally hundreds and hundreds of other pieces of software are in there. So if you're into setting up rules and making things happen across your software, Zapier, Z-A-P-I-E-R, is absolutely worth looking at. Now let's go to Zvi. Zvi, talk a little bit about integrations.
Absolutely. So yeah, similar. We have a direct integration with Zapier that people are using, in many different use cases. Beyond that, I think we've got dozens of products that built direct integrations into Contactually. So yeah, you could send video emails with BombBomb, manage transactions with Dotloop, auto dial contacts with Kixi, capture open house leads with Spacio. We work with MailChimp and Imprev. We can grab your leads from Zillow or 5 Street. So there's obviously a lot of different integrations possible. And obviously that can also be confusing to people. So I'm really proud that our team also can help advise you. So even on that first call, you can say, all right, does this work with Dotloop? And yes, we can say yes. Or, hey, which transaction management tool should I use? I'm in the market for one too. And so we can help you advise not just on whether or not it works, but what we've seen work best. Lastly, we strongly believe that you own your own data. So you can take it with you whenever you want. We have a really strong open API that can plug into anything you want. You can export data. And so from that, we've seen some amazing, amazing integrations happen. Even if it's just you hacking around at night saying, hey, I want to plug in my Contactually into something else.
Rich, you want to go next from IXACT?
Sure, yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, we decided last year to make integrations a strategic priority. Our current integrations include iHomeFinder for IDX, Full Contact for social media integration, and we're a Zillow Tech Connect partner, but that's just kind of part of our automated lead capture story. Zillow has a very formal program, but we can basically capture leads from any electronic source on the planet. Our newest integration, and of course the one we're most excited about, is BombBomb for video email.
Yay.
Yeah. We're currently working on 5 Street for lead distribution with plans to integrate with Zapier, which you just talked about, DocuSign and Dotloop, Testimonial Tree, Send Out Cards, Cloud CMA, Mojo Dialer, and others over the coming months, and obviously into the years that will follow. I should also mention lastly that we integrate beautifully with Google using Google Sync, but we also integrate seamlessly with Microsoft Outlook and the Mac applications, Mac Address Book and iCal, as well as the smartphone native apps. However you want to integrate, we can integrate.
And last but not least, Brandon.
All right. Well, thank you. This is another place that Wise Agent definitely excels. We realized long ago that the CRM is going to be the main hub of where the realtor is going to spend all their time, and then they've got a lot of other cool technologies that they depend on every day that we need to make work within that CRM. So when we do integrations, we really like to go deep, as you guys know, with our integration with BombBomb. We really like to make the two systems sing together, and that's one of our big integrations. Some of the other integrations that our members really love would be like our direct integration with Google Calendar, Google Contacts, Gmail. You've got Market Connections for the monthly snail mail newsletters that go out. People are loving Cloud CMA. That lets our members send a CMA with just one click from within the CRM. They don't have to leave. Of course, Mojo gets a lot of love there, and then DocuSign is being used every day. We just completed a new integration with a company called Revaluate that we're rolling out yesterday. Actually went live, and that adds artificial intelligence to Wise Agent. So, of course, we integrate with Zapier as well to handle anything that we don't have a direct integration with. But absolutely, when you throw a third party in the mix, you're not getting the full integration capabilities you could. So we absolutely would rather go direct, and Zapier is just a last-minute resort.
Great. New question, and this one we'll open with you, Dan, with Follow Up Boss. Just kind of a little bit of the backstory. It's really helpful for people to have context. I appreciated your answer on who you're designed to serve, and this one kind of connects to that. How and why did you build Follow Up Boss?
Sure, thanks, Ethan. Yeah, I think I went into this a little bit before, but basically we got started in 2011. There wasn't really anything that could aggregate all your leads in one place automatically for you. So back then you either really had to pay someone full-time to type leads into your CRM. And yeah, we just realized we could automate a lot of that process. And we sort of realized as well, kind of probably through dumb luck, that sort of things were moving much more to a team model. And, you know, it was really going to be a lot more about building a team that can help follow up with your online leads and, you know, start to have specialized roles like inside sales agents and things like that. So, yeah, we just talked to a lot of people. They weren't happy with the current CRMs that were out there 6 years ago. And, yeah, we just started building on top of that, solving some of those pain points to, yeah, automate a lot of those things.
Great. Same question for you, Dale, with Realvolve. Kind of what's the backstory to how you got to where you are?
Yeah, so Realvolve was started by Dave Crumby, our founder. He's actually on the road right now in the car. He might be listening on his phone, but he couldn't be here. But he really started Realvolve because he was a real estate agent. He was a real estate agent in the Phoenix, Arizona area for 20 plus years. He joined up with a couple other people that have been in the industry for a long time and really saw a need for a little bit more powerful automation that can be customized to an individual agent's needs, but with some easy, quick built-in automations to help win. So there's a lot of science that went into it, the science of relationships. We have some artificial intelligence that helps people understand how their relationships are doing with their clients. And then there's automation that can be triggered off of those things. But really, we give agents all the building blocks and teams, all the building blocks that they need, and they can kind of piece them together any way they want. There's really a for agents by agents approach that we took. We even have some very formalized feedback loops built into our daily processes. So we're reaching out to people on Facebook. We have private groups that provide feedback in various different areas of our application. Really, the goal is to be as close to the market as possible and build the best solution, solving today's problems for real estate agents and teams.
Let's switch questions. Let's go to investment in your customers' success. How are you making sure that your customers are successful, using your products, training, et cetera? Let's go with Brandon first from Wise Agent.
All right. Well, we actually work really close with several of the top coaches in the industry, and we listen to them, and when they tell us what works, we're adding new features based on their suggestions, and then of course, all of our members get to take advantage of that. We're really big on attending conferences, both in the industry and just technology conferences in general, where we can bring that information back to our members. One thing that's really unique about us is our entire customer support team read and discussed the book Chris Smith wrote called Conversion Code. You guys probably know it. And so they're constantly, and that book really goes into detail about what realtors need to do to convert more leads. And so our customer support team is talking to our clients every day when they're on the phone with them, giving tips and tricks. So we're just really big on sharing all the knowledge we have and making it a big win-win for everyone.
Great. And Dan, why don't you answer this one as well from Follow Up Boss?
Cool. Yeah. So we kind of believe like sales is really 95% people, 5% having great technology. So we run success webinars in addition to our sort of weekly training, like more product focused webinars. So the success webinars, like they're free, all the replays are on our blog, and they're focused more on like interviewing our customers basically on what's working for them. So some of the top teams on our platform, and really just showing like what's working for them, like strategically and also like practically how they're using Follow Up Boss for that. So really trying to share those best practices, sort of throughout our customer base. And also, like, we use the product ourselves to run our own business. So we're using the product every day, and, it kind of, we're all in this together, just learning best practices and making sales.
Great, great. So as we start winding this down a little bit, I think this is going to be an important question for everyone, every panelist on here, and that is your vision for your CRM. Where are you guys going in the next 2 to 3 years? What are you building? Where are you planning on moving? And also, if you want to answer it, what won't you build? Where are you not going? What path are you not going to blaze? So let's see, who hasn't answered in a while? Rich.
Okay, that's an interesting question. And in some ways, I don't necessarily want to lay out our 2 to 3 year vision to all our competitors, right?
It's a detailed outline.
Here's the strategic plan, boys. So what I would basically say is probably we want to continue to stick to what's made us successful, since we launched 8 years ago, which is delivering a great CRM and marketing solution that is easy to learn and easy to use on a day-to-day basis, provides a ton of value, and extremely well supported. We're going to go big in integrations, we know that. We want to continue to add value on the marketing side, I'll say that. Our monthly newsletter, when we launched it 5 years ago, was kind of revolutionary. The CRMs didn't do that kind of thing. They're not in the content business. And when we saw the uptake on that and the value people were getting from it, we realized this is a direction we need to go more. So we're going to continue to go there. Mobile will be huge. We have a great mobile app today. People love it. It's about 90% of what you can do on the CRM, but we want to take it to another level. So we're looking at that very carefully. I got the 10-second warning, I think. Video is big. This integration with BombBomb is important to us. I see us doing a lot more in the video area as well. But beyond that, I can't say too much more.
We're going to go right down the line here. Dale, whatever you would like to give up or not give up in this case.
Yeah, our bread and butter is our workflow platform. So we're going to continue to develop that and make it even stronger, even easier to use. With some of our integrations, it works really well right now. For example, in BombBomb, you can have a BombBomb video be a part of the powerful automation that is built into our workflows. We're just looking to add more and more things so that you can automate almost anything that you want to automate. We'll just continue to go really deep there. Our plans are to grow our development team by about 40% over the next 3 or 4 months. So we're investing really heavily into making everything easier to use, integrating with more people, and focusing on teams, those small, medium, large teams. That's really what it looks like. What we won't build video email. We'll just continue to integrate with BombBomb. That's something that we're not interested in doing. So anytime there's a really good partner in the industry like BombBomb, we would rather just partner with them. We're not interested in building things over from scratch. So we love a lot of the technology that's already out there. We're focused on teams and focused on workflows.
Great, Brandon. Same question. Vision, as much as you want to share.
And we're very excited about the next few years for sure. Of course, there's many things that we can't talk about right now, but I'll tell you the future definitely looks bright. You can bet as new technology rolls out, we'll be innovating and adding new features. But for our immediate future, since we just went beta live with a new feature this morning that some of the beta testers have already been writing in saying this is a true game changer, I'd like to announce right here that Wise Agent just went live today with our new landing pages. I think we really hit one out of the park with this one. So I'm real excited in a few minutes to when we get some time to share our screens to let you guys see it first right here.
Awesome. And Dan from Follow Up Boss, same question, vision.
Yep. So yeah, we don't have like a 3-year master plan. I'm a bit worried about what the other guys are up to now. But over the next couple of months, we're really going to be focusing on a lot more team features around our inbuilt like dialer. You can call people through our system, and we're also making some improvements to appointments. In terms of what we're not going to do, we're not really getting too much into like the transaction management, like e-signatures, anything like that. Like we're focused on helping you make more sales rather than like administer more sales, because you can get an admin person to do that. And we're not getting into really like lead generation or websites. So that's sort of our goal, to stay to Switzerland for all your lead generation.
Cool. Zvi, what's ahead for Contactually and all the folks that use it?
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, transparency is one of our core values, so I have no problem sharing. If any of you are Jeff Bezos fans, so we believe at Contactually it's still day one. So we're just scratching the surface of what's possible despite all we've done so far. So our product team is making heavy investments to mobile applications, our team brokerage and reporting tools. But the really big idea is on the data side. We're tracking on the order of 300 million relationships at any one point in time. So we're already doing a lot of intelligent things like identifying who in your database is a real estate agent so you don't have to focus on those things. We're working on the ability to tell you the best time to send an email, which contacts are relevant, and really so much more. What we're not going to do is we really focus on doing one thing and one thing really well, and that's helping you build and maintain relationships. So we don't do website, we don't do transaction management. That's why, in order to accommodate that, from the very beginning, we've focused on those really good integrations, because I don't want to do transaction management when Dotloop and DocuSign and so many others do a good job at that.
Yeah. If someone's messing with a marker, you just hear the squeaking of the marker there. All good answers from everybody with their vision over the next couple years. I want to do a quick. We're about to get into pricing, and then we're going to get into the really fun segment, which is the Q&A, where we look over all your questions and live demos. And so everyone's going to be able to share their screens. You guys are going to be able to see the application yourself. But before we get to the live demos and the bonus 30-minute session afterwards and the Q&A. Of course, everyone's probably on pins and needles, or they already looked it up, and we're looking up the pricing. But I want to do a poll question, because we're 55 minutes into the webinar. I want to know from the audience, and actually I see a spelling mistake in my question here.
Not a big deal.
If Ethan would have proofed it, it wouldn't have happened. But I did it, so that's why there was a mistake in there. Which CRM resonated with you the most? I'm going to launch a poll here. Did it change from the beginning of the webinar? Did you learn more? So guys, come and answer the question. If you're checking email or on another screen, come on back. You listen to a lot of great answers here today. You have a lot of great people and systems on this webinar. I really, really, really want to know what CRM resonated with you the most. And actually, I'm really interested to see how it changed, if it did change.
Another thing I want to reiterate here, and this is one of the reasons we did this, and again, thank you everyone for attending, and to all of you all for representing the companies that in some cases you founded and in all cases you help lead. Yeah. Sometimes the feel that you get for a CRM, I'm speaking to the audience here, is maybe based on what the website looks like, or maybe the one person you spoke with that represents the organization that may or may not have had a good day, or maybe didn't have a good breakfast or lunch or whatever. This is an opportunity to hear directly from the folks that again have founded and or are leading these organizations. So we hope over the questions that we've already asked, you've got a different feel and sense of, who are these companies? Who are the people behind the companies? What are the ideas and philosophies that they're operating behind, and which ones make the most sense for you? I think, as Rich from Exact Contact said earlier, the CRMs are all as different as agents are, and there's a right fit for everybody. And so that's what we were kind of hoping to do here. And it looks like over half of you have filled out the poll. If you haven't, we'll keep it open for another minute here. We'd love to know which. Yeah,
only 53%. I'm a little disappointed. We need to get at least 70% of the audience voting on this question.
It's better than the U.S. population for president. Voting rate.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Too much. So while the last of the votes are coming in here, and I know you guys are going to probably want to see or have your screens up as well. And before we do the live demos, we'll just go in order here of people on my screen. Rich, why don't you discuss your pricing structure?
Sure, happy to. So the price for individual agents and team leaders is $35 per month. There's no contract, so basically billings month by month. If you want to pay annually, it's a 10% savings, so that kind of knocks it down to $31.50. Team members is $25 a month. Typically, everybody starts with a 5-week free trial with Exact Contact, except rookies. They get 6 months. But I'm doing a little special offer here on the webinar. Anybody who's on this webinar wants to give Exact Contact a try. just go to our website, and when you hit the sign up button, put in partner code BombBomb. Couldn't be easier to remember. And you get a 90-day free trial. So instead of 1 month, you'll get basically 3 months. Rookies get 6 months free. Corporate deals can include volume-based discounts and even site license pricing. There's no setup fees. I guess the other thing that people ask about with pricing, your $35 a month fee covers this full CRM, doesn't matter the size of your database, entire email marketing platform with the monthly newsletter. And if you don't have one today, you can also create a very nice, beautiful, responsive website for yourself as well. And of course, it includes concierge setup service and unlimited phone support. Great.
So we're gonna end that poll there as well, so everyone can see the slides. And I have your special up on the screen there, Rich, for everybody to see. I do see limited to 100 signups. Is that correct?
Well, it's one of these marketing things. They say it's good to create urgency and scarcity, right? So I don't know if I'll turn away the 101st person or not, but
yeah. All right, Dale, why don't you go over your special?
Yeah, so we have we've got accounts for teams and individuals. Like I said, the really cool thing about the team product that we have is you can really control what everybody has access to, and you can customize everything specifically to how your team works. We offer free trials on our homepage. So if you just go to our homepage and sign up there, I believe we also have realvolve.com/BombBomb. Let me just double check that it's working. It's not working. So just go to the homepage and let us know that BombBomb sent you. But you can go to the homepage. There's a 14-day free trial there, and we'll reach out to you with any information that you need, as much or as little information as you need.
Great, Brandon. Specials offer. Do you have a slide for me, Brandon?
You can just use slide one, no special slide. Amazingly, Wise Agent is still priced at just $27 a month, and that includes not only the main account holder, but they can have 4 additional team members logged on at the same time, accessing it from different devices. There's no conflict, and everyone will have their own calendar or a call list or task list views, or they can all see everyone else's. And then you can go into setting permissions. So if I can add as many different team members as I want, and as I turn on permissions, that's an additional $27 a month. But then I can control exactly what these team members can see and can't see, or can do and can't do. And then the third style of team we have is called our outside team members, and that's where you can link one Wise Agent account to as many other Wise Agent accounts as you need to, and share information between them. So we really have a lot of people using a combination of all 3 styles. Like a broker might have their own team where some people have full access to see everything. Others are limited to what they can see on the permissions, and then still has the account linked to several other agents that are in the office where they're sharing information or leads back and forth as needed.
Great. Dan from Follow Up Boss.
Yep. So all our pricing's online, followupboss.com/pricing. It's fully transparent. Basically, we're starting around $149 per month for a 3-person team. We do have a single agent plan as well, which is $79 a month. And we offer a 20% discount on annual subscriptions. And that basically includes everything like texting, everything like that. The only thing we do charge extra for is if you do want to take advantage of our dialer feature as well. And we have a 2-week free trial.
Okay. And last but not least, Svi from Contactually.
So go ahead and pull up slide 5. So depending on features, Contactually ranges from $39 a month for the basic package to $99 a month for all of our functionality, pre-built systems, etc. Teams get all that with lead routing, contact sharing, analytics, and more. And of course, we give significant price breaks depending on if you're buying as a team or brokerage. And as you can see, yes, of course, you can enter in the coupon code BombBombRocks for additional 15% off your first year. Obviously, it's totally free for the first 2 weeks. Give it a go ahead, sign up. One of our expert reps will give you a call within the first few minutes, of course, and walk you through how you can use Contactually for your business. So it's totally free for 2 weeks, so you've got nothing to lose.
Great. Great. So now that everyone knows the pricing, we have another 30 minutes left on this webinar for the bonus time that we allocated for Q&A, but we figured it'd be great to do Q&A at the same time that each one of our panelists actually showed the product live. A lot of times you actually have to see the program or share whatever they would like on their screen for that matter. So I think we're going to start with Ethan. You got the order here. We're going to start with Brandon from Wise Agent. I'm going to give you sharing control. So I'm going to stop my sharing now. And you should be able to share your screen. Here's what we're going to do, everybody, while we sift through these questions and we begin to ask it. Brandon's going to have 3 minutes to give us a demo of his product or say whatever you would like while sharing his screen. And it should be popping up here momentarily. You get to see some of the new features. And we're going to ask everybody to do this in a 3-minute demo while peppering questions. So, Brandon, kick us off.
All right. Can you guys see my screen okay?
Yep, and the clock will still run.
All right, super. So what you're looking at is just the front page, but since I mentioned that we've got a new feature out today, I'm going to jump right into our landing pages and kind of show you how these things work. So there's going to be a whole bunch of different templates up here that you're able to select from. And what's going to happen is as soon as you pick one, it's going to automatically just kind of create that whole landing page for you without you having to do anything. And then you can go and say, hey, now I want to edit this landing page. And so we can add sections onto it. Right now we're just on section 1. I'm going to slide that over there. And here I can go say, what's the layout I want? So I can kind of just click the buttons and get the exact layout I want. I can see what's this going to look like on mobile and what's it going to look like on desktop or on an iPad. If I want to change the background, it's as easy as I can go pick from any of the pictures I've already uploaded or any of the stock pictures, click on the one I want, and that fast it changes the backgrounds for me. So just really, really easy stuff to use. And I'm actually going through this, haven't even had time to play on it too much, so we're kind of learning this together. I can put the divider in or take it out, change the size of the title, or just really change anything on the fly. If I just want to take some words out and cut those out, it changes it immediately. And then, of course, you can put them back in. Down here where we've got all the fields, if I didn't want to collect one of the fields, I can simply just say, hey, I don't want that one, and they go away, or I can click on another button and add them to it. So this is how easy we're making landing pages that you can create for anything out there. And then, of course, you can save it, or if you want to go to the response page and figure out exactly how you want to set that up, you can do it all. It saves it immediately. And then so let me slide this far out of the way. And then
2 minutes in, Brandon. 2 minutes.
Okay. As soon as here's an example of one that's done. When a lead comes across and they drop put their email in, a lot of times what happens is they come to the next page and they don't fill anything out. We call those a partial lead. And so in Wise Agent, I'm just going to show you what happens when those leads come across. And this is live. So right here at 11:07 Arizona time, that lead came in off that landing page immediately. And you can see if it went into most other systems, all they're going to have is the information they gave, which is the email address. In Wise Agent, we went in and immediately enhanced that. And so as that lead came in, now we've gone and found a picture of her. We've added the company, the title, where she lives. You've got your Gmail integration, but if I click on the little Twitter or the notes, I can see all the notes. I can see, hey, the lead came in at 11:06 and 45 seconds, and then 1 second later, here's everything Wise Agent found and added to it. We're integrated with Twitter, so if I want to see who she's, it found her Twitter and linked it right to Wise Agent, so I can reply or retweet or favorite right from here, so she starts seeing my name come across different channels. Then, of course, it pulled all her social media as well, so I can go click on those. Just really learn a lot about those leads as soon as they come in. And that's my time. To show you guys more, just put some comments in and let us know what you want to see. There's a lot to show here. Thank you.
Okay, great. So if you want to stop sharing, Brandon, we're going to go to Dale from Realvolve. I saw a lot of questions coming through with texting. Anybody have a native texting functionality within their application?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we do.
Partial.
Okay. All right, great. And Dale, if you want to bring up your screen, I think it should be available there for you, and I'll make sure I go through the rest of these questions while you're doing that. Yep.
Is it up?
You're good.
Okay. So, you know, we try to make Realvolve really quick so that you can get in, get the information you need, and get out. So whether you're on your phone or looking at it on the desktop browser, most people are going to want to go to their task list first, because everything you do in Realvolve is based on preset tasks in a workflow. You can just filter by your activity, and the default is that we're only going to show you the things that you're supposed to do today or that are past due. We're not going to give you a big long list of everything that you can't do yet. So for example, you know, there are a list of things that you might need to have scheduled after the photography comes back from a new listing. We're not going to schedule those tasks until you have the photography back. So there's some really smart things that our system does to make sure that you're only focused on today's things and anything that's past due. A couple of things I want to mention on our dashboard. We do have some really cool calculations that are happening. We score all of the relationships in your database based on actual conversations going back and forth. We use thousands of different metrics to score those, and we conglomerate those into this R factor score. And we can even predict how much revenue you're going to do based on your R factor and based on your history, your transaction history. We'll tell you how much you can do in the next 12 months, and we'll show you how you can improve that if that's what you want to do. Another really cool thing is this contact cross-section. This is kind of a safety net. So the really cool thing is people that you haven't reached out to often enough are going to show up in this list, and you can click on these contacts and follow up with them here. You can email them, text them, schedule follow-ups, give them a phone call, and you can even change that. If you want to customize, kind of snooze the tasks for later, you can do that all right here from the dashboard screen. So we try to help people be really proactive and plan ahead, but if there's some people that have kind of slipped through the cracks, this is the safety net for that. There's also really cool things you can do while you're working through transactions. It really takes a lot longer to show than we have right now, but things like when you've forgotten to get a referral agreement signed, you're right in the middle of the deal, Realvolve can remind you to do that, automatically address an email to the referring agent, send that out from your email address, referral agreement's already attached, reply comes back to you, the referral agreement's automatically attached and stored in the system. There's really cool things. So we got full texting, email, HTML email, the full BombBomb capability, lots of really cool things you can do there. I recommend going to realvolve.com and start a free trial if you're at all interested, because there's just so much more to cover, and we'll give you a one-on-one walkthrough if you're interested.
Great, great. And while Zvi is getting his screen ready and Dale is unsharing, normally I wouldn't ask this, but this question has come up 20 times on the questions list here, and it's just the integration with BombBomb. And we should know this off the top of our head, but everyone has contact syncing and the ability to send videos out of each CRM, if I remember correctly. Is that?
Yes.
You, yep. Looking at everybody out here too. I think so.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Just checking there. Just checking. Oh, you're already up. Okay, Zvi.
So remember, Contactually is all about helping you build relationships, and that means figuring out who do I need to talk to, when do I need to talk to them, and what do I need to say. And make that really simple. So obviously we're looking at just the web platform. We have iPhone, iPad, and Android applications. And right when I sign in, I see the health of my relationships and gives me a good idea of whether I'm doing well or not. I see the actions I need to take. I know Gigi, I need to give a call. Dustin's in my sphere of influence. We haven't spoken in 2 months though, so he's someone that I need to follow up with. Of course, because Contactually is tracking what I'm doing, I could give them a call or send an email or send a text message, and I can track it from there. Or I can send a track message right from within Contactually. Send them a BombBomb message, drop in any of the email templates that I want to be able to use. I can see all the conversations, what he's talking about on social media, all in one place. Now remember, we know who you should be following up with. because when you sign up for Contactually, we're tracking all of your email conversations, phone calls, text messages, calendar appointments. You can import Excel spreadsheets, drop in Zillow leads. All that shows up in one place. So we build in these really smart profiles where we're not showing just what we're talking about, but we're identifying duplicate contacts, scraping email signatures, finding dozens of social profiles that gives me really good intelligence. And of course, from there, we can make sure that we're prioritizing relationships into who's important, who's not. So I can say, all right, Contactually, I want to stay in touch with my past clients every 30 days. It tells me how well I'm doing with that. We talked about the gamification and making it really easy to use. So people love the bucket game that we've built out, where literally a contact will drop down from the top of the screen. I'm saying whether someone's an open house lead or sphere of influence. And that's really the core, because once you say that someone is a recent client, we're going to make sure that you're staying in touch with them, and you'll get a notification on your dashboard if it's been too long. Now, of course, we can do a whole lot more. You can set up these really complex automated workflows to follow up with leads or engage with open house leads or sphere of influence directly within Contactually. You can track different stages. So I can track my buyer leads as they move through different stages. And this isn't just a normal pipeline, but I can say, all right, well, my active buyers, I want to stay in touch with every 7 days. And Contactually is going to make sure that this pipeline stays as warm as possible. Now, of course, if you're a team, you can start to do more advanced things like lead routing or some of the deeper insights that we have built in as well. But the whole idea, again, is regardless of the complexity that we have going on in the back end, all you need to know is every morning, Contactually sends you that push notification. You open up your dashboard, and you can follow up from there. Just triage the exact actions you need to take. And from there, you're able to stay in touch with more people and grow your business.
And that was
on time.
That was a perfect it was 3 minutes on the nose. So
boom.
That was quite impressive. One question that keeps popping up while we're waiting for Rich from Exact Contact to get on. Converting, we have a lot of people on this webinar that don't have one of your systems, and they're making the choice to choose one of your programs right now. And the question keeps popping up: how do you convert from another system? So who wants to kick that one off?
So just to start off with Contactually, so it's pretty easy. So usually out of your old system, it would just drop in your Excel spreadsheet of contacts, which you can easily export out of something else right into Contactually. But of course, you don't necessarily need to worry as much about that, because when you're looking at your email and your calendar and your phone contacts, we're pretty much doing that automatically for you in the background.
Okay. Anybody else want to quickly, like 5-10 second comment before Rich goes?
I'll take that real quick. We get a lot of people switching over from other systems, and so we've got our import export. Of course, we sync the contacts from Google. But our support team really gets involved there, because that's an issue when they have their database in several different spots. We help combine it and pull it in, so we actually take a hands-on approach, and they can send their CR or their database over to us, and our support team will do it for them.
And we'll do it for them too.
Great.
There we go.
There we go, Rich. I think we.
All right.
Yeah,
and I'll use that as a great segue to answer that question as well. So we do the same thing. We'll upload the client's contact data from wherever they're coming. And often agents don't even know how to export their data. So sometimes someone will say to us, I got my data in Top Producer or Outlook. I don't know how to get it out. Yeah. We'll do a screen share. We'll log in with them. We'll help them create the export file. And then we'll do the upload. But that's really just kind of step one in our concierge setup service. Then we say, hey, you want to take advantage of the newsletter? Let's get that set up. Do you want to sync with Google? Let's get that set up right now. What about automated lead capture? And on and on. So the concierge setup service just starts with sort of the data upload, and then we go from there. Anyway, demo. I think I just used my first 15 seconds. I'm going to have a little fun with this. I'm going to do this a little different. I've jumped into an Exact Contact account. It's actually a production account. We use, even though we're a software company and this thing was designed for realtors, we use it ourselves. This is our database with all our partners and all our prospects. It's a little bigger than the average realtor database, 31,000 contacts. So yeah, the system is quite scalable. And if I want to find a contact, I can just type in their name. So you always have quick access to all your contact data on the left column, no matter what you're working on in the workspace. And I got this guy in my database called Pacinelli, Steve, and I can, if I want to get more info on him, I just click the little plus sign. If I knew his spouse's name, it would show up there, all my phone numbers, my email addresses, his home address, and so on. If I want to make a quick note, I can make a quick note right from here or set a follow-up task with Steve. But if I want to work on the contact profile or go a little deeper, I click on his name and contact profile opens up. Our contact profiles are very deep and rich. As Svi says, it's all about building relationships. And to build relationships, you have to get to know people. So there's, the contact profile tab. I won't go down it, but it's, it's all your phone numbers, email addresses you have for people, where they work, family details.
Thanks, Rich.
And if I go over to social intelligence, it fires a little algorithm that checks about 95 social media profiles, and it pulls back sort of some summary information on Steve. I have one-click access to all his social media profiles, and it carries the photo. If he's got multiple photos, I can pick the one I like best. But we'll stick with the business one here. I can go back to my contact profile, and there he is. If I want to see, what have I been talking to Steve about? I can't remember because, I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday. I go to activities history. I go to contact history. And here it is. Now, we happen to be doing a lot of email conversations, but if I'd had phone chats or if you'd been at a marketing event or if you're on a drip email campaign, it would all show up here. I can also, enter a note. Just talked to Steve, had a great webinar. I could set a follow-up task. What are my follow-up tasks? And this is unique to Steve, but it would roll up to my main task list. And, thanks, Steve, for including me in the Battle of the CRMs webinar tomorrow. I better remember to do that. Right, so this is kind of the system. It's simple, basically one level deep navigation. Again, on Zvi's point about keeping in touch, we have something I think is a little unique, which is a keep in touch dashboard. And this is a place that pulls together data from across the contact profile, the calendar, and the task list, and it shows me like a little dashboard all the things that I have happening where I'm going to touch Steve, and don't take that the wrong way, going forward, just from a relationship building. So. I can add all the sort of one-to-many events that I want. I could have a client appreciation party. Our monthly newsletter is one thing. If I have Steve's date, birth date, or move-in anniversary, and I've triggered the automated birthday and move-in anniversary reminders, those will show up here, and so on. How am I doing on time?
You're done. You're well over. So we gotta cut you off there.
Turn.
All right, sorry, but we gotta hold true to time limits as much as possible.
While you're talking and segueing, there's our new UI. I'm giving everyone a sneak peek.
Oh,
Nice.
Looks good. It does.
Right.
That looks good. So last but not least, we have Dan from Follow Up Boss. If you want to bring your screen up, a few questions about
He's got to stop before Dan can pick up.
oh yeah, you got to stop. Like team leads, team leads is no longer available. People are looking for systems. We do have team lead specials for those of you that are looking to add BombBomb back in from your team leads account. Everyone has specials here, which we will send out. How are we going to, we'll bring up the specials after Dan's done going through his demo here.
Cool. Can you guys see my screen now?
Yeah, looks great.
Yep. All right, fantastic. This is the dashboard in Follow Up Boss. Our goal, as I mentioned before, is really to help you make more sales. So this becomes the jump off point. When you enter the system, you're going to see all your new leads. You're going to see any recent activity, like if someone was opening or clicking on your emails. You can jump off into seeing your appointments for the day, the deals you've got going on. So I'll jump over to our deals screen there. Like Rich, I've also enlisted the help of Steve here, our brand new lead. So this is the lead profile with all the details. When you get a new lead in from Zillow or whatever lead source you're using, it's basically going to round robin it in our system to one of your agents. And then we can automatically send out a text message. So it's very personalized. It's got Steve's name in there. It's got the property address he inquired about. And we're asking basically what's the best time to call you. So this text is very effective for portal leads like Zillow, Realtor.com. You'll be getting over a 50% reply rate. We can share that in the chat. You can use that even if you don't have an automated texting CRM. Most people reply back right away, but then we do have like email campaigns that will go out if that person doesn't get in contact with you. So we're really trying to set up that initial contact with the agent. Moving on, we can also send emails and texts in here. So if I grab, for example, a listing, I'm just going to copy and paste the listing URL, paste that in the email. We generate a nice little preview for you. So you can send out a couple of different properties to people on your list. Yeah, and you'll have that nice preview, which will track when people click on it and everything like that. You can also do your BombBomb videos direct from here. So you can record your video. You can choose an existing one. Get a little follow-up boss demo there. I'll send you, Steve. And then, yeah, just very quick to send emails. Texting, same thing. You're just jumping across to the text tab here. You can use emojis. So, yeah, you can have all that conversation in the system. Just quickly, we have the inbox in the system, which is going to show you all those emails and texts. We're integrated with your Google email as well, so that's all synced up. We've got a calendar in there for managing your tasks and appointments. If you are part of a team, you can set appointments for other people on the team. So I could set an appointment with Steve and Dave from our team, for example. We've got the deal screen. We've got the reporting, which is going to tell you a lot of things like how many leads you're getting from different sources. How many leads are you not following up with? Which team member is the most effective at getting leads to respond? So really a lot of sales reports there so you can see what's working best for you.
Great. You have 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Yeah, if you guys got any more questions, drop them in the chat, and we have time. We'll demo those for you as well.
This question came up again and again, and the funny thing is, I used to work for Top Producer 2 decades ago, and a while ago, and a few people said, "Hey, where's Top Producer? I'm surprised they're not here." Or where's this other system? I'm surprised they're not here. We reached out to a lot of CRM partners, and these are the 5 CRM partners that responded immediately and said, "Heck yeah, I want to be on this, on this webinar." And so we plan on doing more, battles like this for different products and different systems. But again, just a hand goes out to these 5 companies and these 5 partners of BombBomb. We appreciate you, and again, for you guys to come on and put yourselves out there and pit yourself against some of your other competitors. It just speaks volumes for who you are and what your companies are all about.
And thanks to you guys for organizing this. This has been awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're flipping through the questions now. A bunch again about about pricing here. So I'm gonna, what I'll do, rather than us explain the pricing, I'll bring up the pricing slides, and I think a few of you don't have pricing slides. Dale, you don't have a pricing slide. You want to just mention your pricing quickly, and I'll.
Yeah, I'll just pop it up real quick if you guys don't mind.
Yep. No, go ahead.
Here's my pricing slide. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's just right on our homepage. You can choose between month-to-month plans or annual plans. There's a pretty big discount for going annually. But if you go month-to-month, we don't tie you into a contract.
Okay.
Free trials on all of them.
And you know what? Everyone's pricing is on their website. That's not something you need a webinar to give to you. It's quick, it's easy to find. Anyone's specials not on their let's just ask that more specific question. What special do you have that's if it's not on the website?
Yeah, absolutely. You can pull up our pricing slide if you want.
Yep.
You can just drop in coupon code BombBombRocks for additional 15% off for the first year. So again, just go ahead and sign up for a free 14-day trial and just enter in BombBombRocks. Honestly, you can also just, whenever you're talking to anyone on our team, just say, "Hey, I was on the BombBomb webinar. Can I get that discount?" And we'll be able to help you out.
I was a little late with that one, but I have it up here for you now. Sorry.
If anybody mentions BombBomb to us too, we actually just raised our price last month. We raised the price by about 50%, but we'll honor old pricing, so it's like a 50% discount if you mention BombBomb.
Great. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. It's Rich. Can you pull up my, I think it's slide number 5 or 6?
I can, Rich. Got it right here.
Yeah, so, that didn't come across quite right. Actually, can I share my screen instead?
Absolutely.
Because something went a bit wonky with that. So let me just hit, oh shoot. Hang on a second. Full share.
Here, I think I have to unshare. I'm getting the spinning wheel of death on my Mac. Zoom is telling me that I can't take it. There's too many windows open.
Is it working now?
We still see the slides.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Rather than hold things up, I'll just talk to it. So on the pricing issue, it's $35 a month, 10% discount if you want to go annually, but most people go month by month. There's no commitment and cancel anytime if it's, it's not working for you, whatever. The sort of special offer is if you put in partner code BombBomb, instead of the usual 35-day free trial, we're giving everyone a 90-day free trial. And rookies, of course, it's 6 months free.
Great. And are we good? Anyone?
Our price is just real straight across. It's straight up $27 a month. We never lock anyone into a contract, and everyone gets a free 30-day trial. Just jump on and give it a shot.
Great. We're getting a lot of great feedback as well. Love the topic in today's demos. Love seeing the innovative features. Lots of great stuff. Dan, anything you wanted to mention?
I could just drop our pricing quickly on the screen. I don't think we had a slide, but just follow up us.com/pricing. Yeah, all our pricing is transparent there. Like there's no negotiating with our salespeople or anything for different prices. We have 20% discount for annual. So you can also start off monthly. A lot of people do the free trial, then they start monthly. Then when they know they want to stay for a year, they get the annual discount. If you do that before the end of the year, it's an expense for this year as well. So that's our pricing.
Great. And let's see. We did the specials there. I just saw one question pop up, and now I'm missing it. And it's more about compatibilities for Make a Wire and people here. Built-in customer service tools. This is a great question. Does any of your systems have built-in customer service survey tools? I thought they meant like the pop-ups as you go and you use the system. But that might dovetail into, because we have time, we still have over 400 people on the webinar. So people are still here. They're still interested. They still want to hear what you guys say. So please type in your questions right now. And we will try to get to them as we filter through all of these other questions that we have here as well.
I see a lot of questions about limits. So I'll just let you guys know right now, there's no limits on Wise Agent. You can have as many contacts in there as you want. The limits as far as email, ours is 2,500 emails that you can send out every single day.
Great. What were you saying, Dale?
I was just going to say, I forgot to mention that all of our plans come with an admin account free. So if it's you and an admin, you don't have to buy your admin an account. They can log into their own account and access the same database. It's the same with all of our plans.
Great. And yes, we are going to send the webinar out to everyone, so you will have it on replay. You can dial in, watch those demos again, listen to the questions intently to make sure you choose the right system for you. All right. So it does seem like the questions are slowing down. A lot of questions around leads though. Do they all distribute leads? None of the CRM partners on this webinar. Oh, there we go. Well, we have Dan's leads up, but I think the question is about the generation of leads. No one generates leads from your CRM system. You guys are capturing the leads from the other programs and figuring out how to follow up effectively, correct?
Well, we've got landing pages now, so they'll be capturing leads on landing pages wherever they want.
Yeah, there's really two elements of lead generation in Exact Contact. One is email campaign reporting, which we didn't really talk about, but you can find hidden gold in your database through email campaign reporting, which usually you have to go to a Constant Contact or a MailChimp to get. But the other things are agent websites. They're lead generating websites. So yes, some CRMs also provide some upfront lead generation value, not just lead capture and nurturing.
Yeah, so our focus, we specifically we're not in the lead gen game. We can obviously help once that lead comes in, once a lead comes in from Zillow or any other source, we can help nurture that. We see people it's not just about the first few minutes, but it's about, some leads may not convert for 6 to 24 months. So we can help nurture that. But beyond that, we don't generate new leads other than, of course, from your sphere and your past clients.
Great. And I'm just taking the screen back. Just put the main screen up with everyone's logos there. Anyone else want to answer that question?
Yeah, we follow up us we don't generate leads either. We have over 100 sort of lead integration sort of partners, so we don't really want to compete with them. We just sort of stick to the conversion side of it.
Yeah, and before we have a major implosion, I just keep getting the spinning wheel on my Mac here, so so I don't want to have the entire webinar shut down. So I'm just going to stop sharing altogether, just putting our videos back up here. A lot of questions on pricing here. Again, let's see, four new messages. Again, all the pricing can be found, online besides the discounts that we went through. Ethan, was there anything you wanted to ask in the final couple minutes of the webinar?
No, not in particular.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think everybody today did an absolutely fantastic job. We're going to follow up with an email with the recording of the webinar. You guys should get that soon. I want to thank all of our participants today. You guys absolutely rocked it. And thanks to the audience for asking such great questions and hanging with us. Still have 400 people on the webinar, an hour and a half into it. So it's pretty impressive. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Ethan.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Well done, competition.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. See ya.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.
It's still getting a spinning wheel of death.
That's right.
We'll see if I actually end it. We could be here all day. There's a possibility it just spins. Eventually, it's going to turn off.
I one time had a computer crash, but like the webinar kept running, so you just kept going with it.
Oh, yeah.